Okay, I welcome you all back to my channel. Today on this video you're going to see, or we're going to learn how to draft out a basic suit pattern. So this is the measurement we are going to work on. This shoulder 16, length 29, chest 36, the waist 31, hip 36, sleeve 23.5, the bicep, which is the muzzle or the arm, 13.5. Then this W2A represents wrist to elbow. So now this is how a basic suit pattern commences. First of all, you have to sketch out your vertical and horizontal line first. These are the first thing you are supposed to do when drafting out a basic suit pattern. So after you've gotten your first two lines here, now the next thing for we to do is to get our box frame. And for we to get that box frame represents where the front, the side and the back will be. Now on this drafting, this is a single vent suit we are going to draft. Now for we to get that box frame, you will need to add your chest by 8, then you divide it by 2. Now we are having 36 as our chest plus 8. We are having 36 for the chest plus 8, which is 44. We are having 44, then we divide it by 2, which is 22. So now you mark out your 22 from here, from this edge to the other edge. So what you did here, you take it down, then you can now connect your lines together. Like this. So now after you've connected your lines together, now on this drafting there are basic measurements you are supposed to take. Some figures are constant while some varies depending on the size of the person. So now on this place, from here you mark out your full length. Our length here is 29, so here is our 29. Additional 1.5 inch is needed, which that one is constant for every suit you're making. That means we are marking out 30.5. Then you leave 2-inch hemming allowance. So that means we are having 30.5 and 32.5. Then you bring it to this other edge, 30.5 and 32.5. Now then you can now connect the lines together. Like this. Now we have gotten a box. Now on this box, this is where the front, the side and the back will come up. Remember, for we to get this box frame, you add your chest by 8, then you divide it by 2, then you get your box frame from this edge. This is where the measurement will start. So just should be in case you have a client who has an irregular measurement, we get to discuss about that. Now let's deal with this one first. Now we are having shoulder 16. Now this is where the back is. This is the back. Then this is the front. Now we are having shoulder 16. Please, you need to take the video bit by bit so you get to understand what I'm trying to say. Now we are having shoulder 16. From this edge, this is our 16. Remember, it's a cut and fold pattern, so whatever you do, it's by 2. So this is our 16, then our ½ inch seam allowance. So right from this spot, you drop down 2.5 for your slant. This 2.5 is regular, it's constant. Then your back or your shoulder divided by 2 plus ½ inch. Now we have gotten our shoulder point and we have gotten our slant. Now then the back neck will be 3.5. That is the width of the back should be 3.5. The depth will be 1 inch. Then you connect them together like this. Then you take your ruler from your 3.5 to your 2.5 points. So now this is how the back, neck and the slant looks like. Now coming for the front part, whatever you give here that is on your neck point, you add up 1.5 inch to it to get the size of the front neck. So now since we are having 3.5 here, and if we are to add 1.5, it will become 5 inches. So now you come to this edge on this front side, you mark down your 5 inches downward. Mark out your 5. Then you can now roll your line. Like this. Now this is it. Now this is the front neck. So now for we to get the shape of the neck, from this edge you square down or you mark down 2.7. From this other end you mark out 2 inch. So from here 2.7, from here is 2 inch. So you can now connect the lines together. So now you know on every dress the front is a bit longer than, and the back is a bit longer than the front. So now we are going to shorten the front with ½ inch like this. Now all the measurements, we are taking it from here because the back is supposed to be a bit longer than the front with ½ inch. So now we are having 2.5 here. Now we don't need to measure shoulder on the front part. All we need to do, we measure this point, from this point to this other point. We are having 5.7. So since we are having 5.7, now we transfer it back to this level. These are 5.7. We mark it. Then I told you we are minusing ½ inch from here, so that means we are marking 3 inches here. That means if we are to minus our ½ inch, it will still bounce back to our 2.5. This is our ½ inch that we are minusing from here. So this is the point. Then you connect it to this other point like this. So now this is the slant of the back, this is the slant of the front. Now we are moving down to the chest point. Now, how do we get the chest point? Our bicep is 13.5. So now for we to get the chest point, you divide your bicep by 2 plus 2 inches. Now if you are to divide it by 2, this is 13.5, this is 6.7. So now we are having 6.7 as our bicep, then plus 2 inch, that is 8.7.